Up in the sky, juggle on the wall, and wave from side to side, side to side. Glad we're loud. Show the world where you're from, show 'em where you're from. We are one, baby. Show the world we are one.
Hello and welcome to Sporting Brunch with Callum Byrne, Tom Fenton, James Phillips and Cameron O'Neill. Episode 13, a World Cup special.
When the going gets tough, the tough get going. One love, one life, one world, one fight, whole world, one night, one place, Brazil. Everybody put your flags in the sky and do what you feel. It's your world.
Yeah. Coming up, we look at the World Cup, fantasy team discussion, plug and mug of the cup, paper talk and a few World Cup themed games. Follow us on Twitter at Sporting_Brunch and download us on iTunes. Just search for Sporting Brunch. Hello and welcome to Sporting Brunch.
Hello.
We are back for a World Cup special and James is back.
Yay.
I'm Callum Byrne, my Twitter handle is at Mr F1_radio and my co-hosts for this special are...
I'm Tom Fenton, Tom Fenton 11 on Twitter, I believe. Yeah.
You forgot your own Twitter account.
Oh, yeah.
Your Twitter name.
Momentarily.
Cameron O'Neill at Cameron O'Neill 1.
James Phillips at Jammy James on Twitter. Or
Some very opinionated banter on James's Twitter page, may I just say.
Callum on Instagram if anyone wants to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Insta, check you out, man. Getting that in there.
So if we start with the World Cup review, I think, shall we start with the England game, just get it out of the way?
Yeah, well, I think it's the biggest one for the fans, isn't it? But and again, I think pleasantly surprised. I think even James was pleasantly surprised, and that takes some doing, to be fair.
Genuinely the best performance for England since... From
98?
about 30 years, I'd say.
You know, it was very good. I mean, I can't remember a better performance in my lifetime, to be fair.
I can't actually remember seeing a whole team play well, apart from one player. I can't remember. We're not including Rooney in this discussion, but
not yet, that's paper
an
talk,
England
that is.
team that all played well.
Yeah, it was really
Glenn
good.
Johnson, okay, he didn't have that much to do because he wasn't playing at left back, but he was performed admirably.
I just have fears about Cahill. For me, against Suarez, yeah, I just have fears. I just think he's
better than Chris Smalling or Phil Jones.
Well, yeah, but I think against big players, Cahill struggles, and against Suarez, against Suarez, Jagielka, he just goes to he goes off the boil, and I think that could be a big problem if Suarez is on it and he wants to play, come and play.
But then again, if we play Steven Gerrard as defensive as we can, then.
Yeah, he might be able to sort of, psych him out a bit. So I don't know. I think if we just get Raheem on the ball, get the attacking fast lads on the ball, we can do well.
Get rid of Rooney.
Yeah, get him out. Well, I think that's the big talk, isn't it? And we'll talk about paper talk a bit.
But him playing down the centre for the next game.
And for me, the issue with
they were saying swapping positions with
Raheem Sterling.
Rooney is a good he is a good player, but his position,
regardless of how good a player he is, he's always claiming that he's playing in the wrong position.
Where's his best one?
No, nothing to do with that. The fact that we're still playing him and we're still deciding in positions. He's got over 85 caps for his country now.
Yeah.
We've never seen an international quality performance from him. So
Euro 2004.
Why is he still there? Simply.
Because he's one of the top scorers in English history. Because it's Wayne Rooney. It's that factor, isn't it? That he's our man. He's not anymore, of course. But the thing that annoys me is we're going to move up Raheem Sterling out wide, who was arguably our man of the match against Italy. And he just to accommodate Rooney, it's like you're sacrificing a brilliant player in the middle just to put an average player in the middle.
No, it's because we haven't got the Walcott and Oxlade-Chamberlain that we would be deploying on the wing anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
so Sterling's got to step up to that.
In fairness, I like the sounds of having Rooney in the middle and Oxlade-Chamberlain and Sterling for the Costa Rica game. That sounds really good to me.
To be honest, I like the prospect of having Raheem Sterling down the left, Oxlade-Chamberlain in the centre, Walcott down the right. And I think up front when they're all fit.
I think in the future that's definitely a way to go. Just pace, all-out pace. But at the moment, that's not viable.
Here's some things to hit you with. We're losing to Italy 2-1. Why didn't we bring Ricky Lambert on?
I was thinking that, but what you got to think is,
why bring a midfielder? Lallana should have started the game. He's not a sub.
No. For me, he hasn't been good enough for England lately, and I just think he hasn't.
He's only had about 6 caps.
No, but I mean, in the warm-up games, he didn't impress me.
Because Rooney impressed everyone, clearly. He's a phenomenal player.
I'm not saying that.
Absolutely terrible.
But I'm saying Rooney's reputation gets him into the England team. That's all it is, reputation. That's why he's in there. But Lallana hasn't been. I don't know. He hasn't been his usual self lately.
Give him a chance.
Yeah, he hasn't actually.
Look at that Dutch defence. I've got this on the website. Ron Vlaar's got about 20 caps.
Yeah, I know.
Jan Mart's got 15, but other than that, they're all on 2 and 3 caps.
Yeah,
Terence
Martin's
Congolo's got 1.
Yeah.
Martin's Indy, that was about his 5th cap for the country.
Well, yeah, I just think, I don't know.
We're sticking with players that can't do it, and they're approaching 100 caps.
But for me, though, Welbeck has to put in a big performance against Uruguay to keep his place.
He shouldn't start.
That's what I mean.
He definitely should.
But the thing is, right, we know he can put out big performances. Remember Madrid, 2 seasons ago? Do you remember that? At the Bernabeu, he dominated. He was a man in the match.
Regardless of how good a player he is offensively and scoring goals, we'll leave that aside. Against a player like Lugano, when they're going to have to bring him back, probably they'll change to Alvaro Pereira at left back, move Cáceres into the centre and get rid of Lugano, hopefully. He's the kind of player that you need just to play as that offensive sweeper. Yeah, in fairness, against Uruguay, pace is going to destroy Godin and Lugano because they cannot run. So if we just go at pace, then we can beat them.
Well, Lugano's rated as a 67 on FIFA.
Yeah, he's awful. He was the worst centre back in the league last season, apart from maybe Saka. But you know what I mean?
Colo.
Yeah, Colo. He's alright. But I don't know. I just think we can win. Hopefully we'll 2-1. I'm saying
Philippe Senderos.
Here we are. Nominations for worst centre back in the Premier League.
He's good enough for the Switzerland bench. That's good enough for me.
The bench, though. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. So if we look at some of the other games, Spain versus Netherlands.
That was a shock. That was a shocker.
I did say a couple of weeks ago Netherlands would surprise a few people.
Well, you know the old cliche, a game of 2 halves?
Obviously.
It wasn't, though.
It was, to be fair.
It was a game of 4...
No, right. Yeah,
it was a game of 43 minutes and 47 minutes.
That's roughly...
Okay, it's not a game of 2 halves because scoring at that pivotal time...
Yeah, I know,
44 minutes when Van Persie scored the snowman-style header.
Yeah, but, however, right, my argument is... Until about 35 minutes, the Dutch looked like England. They couldn't pass the ball. They were losing it. Defensively, they were bad.
Talking of England, the Iran-Nigeria game was like watching England of 2010 play Liverpool of 2011.
Yeah, we agreed on this, didn't we? It was dreary.
Who actually watched that game?
Me.
I watched a bit and then left because it was like watching
Am
a
I
rugby
the
game.
only sane person that knew Iran-Nigeria was going to be a terrible game?
No, I thought it would be okay. I thought it would be fairly, with the pace in the Nigerian team. But
I had to check upon my beloved Ahmed Musa.
It was awful. It
destroyed my fantasy team.
It was woeful. It did remind me of like the England-Algeria game. Nigeria were like us in that game. Aimless crosses to nobody. Musa couldn't move.
Don't you?
Yeah.
To quote Wayne Rooney.
Woeful. But I just think, the other big game. How good were the Germans?
How
good they look phenomenal.
Yeah. Thomas Müller. That's a nice couple of points for my fantasy team now.
Well, yeah,
Star
but
man, hat-trick.
You can't look at that game and not look at the incident.
Muller made a big deal of the incident, but Pepe lost his head.
In my world, they both get a red card because Muller went way over the top and he shouldn't be doing that. He tries to get him sent off.
No. Okay.
No, he didn't.
This is another point I really want to put across. I think with it being on ITV and with them being a little bit very partisan, obviously being biased towards England.
Yeah.
The so-called enemy is always seen as Germany because it's a German player that's done that kind of action.
Yeah.
Everything's been attacking it.
Yeah.
But we look at Spain for the past 8 years; they've been doing exactly the same with the likes of Sergio Busquets.
No, I'm just saying. They
consistently do exactly the same thing. Will anyone pick up on it? No, because they play pretty tiki-taka.
No, it's not that. It's the fact that you expect it from the Spanish and the Portuguese, but the Germans, you wouldn't expect that kind of crap. It seems too much.
He plays for Bayern Munich, which is practically now a Spanish club.
Yeah, they have transformed and they are going that way now. But I just think, obviously,
can't say this on.
They're both in the wrong for me. They're both in the wrong, and obviously he shouldn't put his head in his face. That's obvious. But you can't just say that it's all
Muller should have got a yellow card.
Yeah, okay.
Come on, if someone flings your arm out,
Neymar should have got a red card for his incident in the first game.
Maybe so. Yeah.
And all ifs, woulds and shoulds.
Again, look, the Brazilians last night, they just look so flat and uninspired.
They look worse than England.
They look like Portugal trying to find Neymar every time, like Portugal trying to find Ronaldo.
Yeah.
And Neymar can't do it on his own.
Against the back three with a sweeper. So they were never going to really succeed. They weren't going to have that much joy.
Yeah, but they had a chance to counter quite a few times in that game, and they never made the most of it.
Neymar scores that header and also the chest that he gets in the back post against the Ochoa. It's 2-0, and people aren't criticising Brazil.
Yeah, but Ochoa was phenomenal, to be fair. But even again, it wasn't.
Do you still think Brazil will win? And also,
Absolutely
is
not.
there too
Never
much?
thought they would.
No, I didn't think that.
Is there too much pressure on them?
Way too much. You can see before both games, and the players are crying. They're getting all emotional. The fans are crying. It's too emotional. You got to be like the Germans and be ruthless in this. And they're getting swept up. And it's like the Confederations Cup. There was no pressure then because it's the Confederations Cup. Like, who cares really? But
TT.
well, yeah, I suppose TT would. But it's so much pressure on them. It's too much for me. And they haven't got that leader in midfield to sort of carry him forward and drag him out of it.
Has been absolutely terrible.
Yeah, but so was Ramirez. So was
terrible in the league.
Fernandinho. None of them stepped up. Oscar for me. I don't know why he's even in the team. Coutinho all day long.
Oscar was their brightest spark in the first game.
First game, but second game he went missing too much because for some reason he put Oscar on a wing. It's like, what are you doing? When Williams on the bench, you put Oscar on a wing. It doesn't make any sense.
Brazil are a bit of a mess, aren't they?
Well, yeah, I think Scolari's lost the plot of it because he's putting players in. Joe, I mean, really, Joe?
But they have nothing else.
Joe about 5 years ago was good.
Is totally ineffectual for the whole game.
James, I've got a question for your football encyclopedia. Whatever happened to Leandro Damião?
Leandro Damião still plays for Internacional.
Yeah, but why is he?
Because he doesn't fit. Brazil do have centre forwards. Let's not get this wrong. They've also got Alexandre Pato.
Yeah, but
they don't fit into the system.
And Joe does.
But they're fundamentally looking for a bit of a target man style player.
Leandro Damião could be that.
But he's a bit too kind of traditional English number 9, Andy Carroll style.
I don't know, he's better than Joe. Anything's better than Joe.
Sort of.
Yeah. Again, though, if they had Diego Costa, they're winning all day long, aren't they?
Speaking of Diego Costa, what a dive.
Well, yeah, I mean, the thing is,
he plays for Spain. What are we expecting?
The thing that aggravates me about that is you could see that he'd already gone past, like, literally, he'd missed him completely, and he'd left his foot just dangling there to be hit. Like, normally you wouldn't do that, would you? Because he literally stuck his foot in front of the Dutch player's leg to get taken down.
It's not that. If you remember, he actually places his foot on top.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he tries to. It's like he's fouling the Dutch player.
We see this all the time, and no one picks up on it because they're successful.
Yeah, it shouldn't never be a penalty for me.
Just watch Sergio Busquets in the next game. The amount of times that he manipulates decisions.
Yeah, but the way he does it is so clever, though. He's a genius footballer.
Not.
I think he is.
You saw the time when he fell over when he's looking through his fingers.
Yeah, I know, because he knows how to do it, though.
That should be a 5-match ban, straight up.
He should, but
100%.
He knows how to exploit it, and I think he's a brilliant footballer.
It's like when Arsenal, back in about 2005, 2006, were playing against, I think it was someone like Barte Borisov in the Champions League. There's a player that goes down quite clearly. The ball's then fumbled by Patrick Vieira, I think. And it comes back to him. He suddenly gets up and starts sprinting in the other direction.
Yeah. Can we mention the Battle of Port Alegre, otherwise known as Honduras versus France?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
What terrible goal line technology.
Not even that, just the fact that the Hondurans were out there to do karate stuff on the French.
They weren't.
It was literally kung fu.
But do you even know what kung fu looks like?
Vaguely, yes. I've seen Jackie Chan films. Isn't that enough?
That's not just kung fu. That's a different thing.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think I was just really impressed with France, as I said.
Yeah, I was.
They're going to win the Euro 2016. I think they're going to do really well here as well.
In fairness,
Frank Ribery is actually benefiting them because they haven't got this kind of liability of a player. They've just got Griezmann. Yeah. But Griezmann's just quality.
For me, I thought going into it that Benzema would have a mare in the World Cup. But you proved me wrong. I mean, great finishes, to be fair, and you can't argue against him, can you?
Yeah, he's playing well.
But the Hondurans, I mean, for me, some of those players should be getting 10-match bans and stuff because they are just brutal. The highest murder rate in the whole world, and you can see why. You can genuinely see why.
There's got a player that was, I think he was shot in a drive-by, wasn't he?
Yeah, and Wilson Blasios' parents got kidnapped at some point, so, you know.
Yeah. I think we should also quickly pick up on Costa Rica because it's just a phenomenal result for them against Uruguay.
And for me,
really good to see.
And they're most likely going to go through the group now.
They're in the best position to go through, in my opinion.
If Joel Campbell doesn't get a chance in the Premier League, there's something wrong with football because he deserves the big shot.
He's the sort of player that Arsenal need, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. His finishing is superb. Well, arguably, yes.
Better than Giroud.
He's not far off.
I think also shout out to Yeltsin Tejeda. I thought he had a phenomenal game in central midfield.
And Moreno from Mexico. Superb so far. Superb.
Moreno.
Plug of the World Cup, guys. Tom, do you want to start?
Plug. I guess I'll go for Doritos for their shocking advert.
That's quite a quirky advert.
In fact, I've got a new one. I'll go for KFC for promoting a pretty
Brazilian
bad food.
Stuff.
Yeah, and let's not forget it's KFC, and you're using football to promote it. That's doesn't make any sense.
That's not using McDonald's to promote the Olympics.
Yeah, or getting a load of lard, and you're getting a basketball or Kobe Bryant to just eat lard. It's like
Cameron, your plug of the cup.
My plug of the cup. Oh god, it's the Mexico manager and
super.
and his reactions.
Plug.
Plug, yeah, he's
Plug of the cup.
Yeah, plug of the cup. Plug of the World Cup.
Oh, as in to plug the World Cup, right?
No, well, no, it just our plug of the
I'm
World Cup.
confused.
You're confused.
just something to promote something that's happened.
Mine is the Mexico manager and his reactions to the 2 disallowed Dos Santos goals and wasn't there a game yesterday? Mexico.
Brazil.
Brazil, yeah.
I like to tweet how I wonder how I don't know how he's still got any hair on his head.
Yeah.
Because
The amount of times he runs his finger through his hair.
I tell you what, get Roy Hodgson out and get that guy in for England, man. He's a
James,
lad.
your plug of the cup.
I think I'm going to pick a person. I'm going to go for Joe Hart because he's on about 23 different adverts.
He is. He genuinely is. He takes them, Mick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extracting the Michael.
Indeed.
My plug of the cup, the Nike advert.
Yeah, not a bad one.
That's a fantastic advert that risked everything.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's not quite Jogo Bonito yet, but...
Well, who's your mug of the tournament then, so far?
No, we'll save that for later.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Quote of the tournament so far.
Roy Hodgson saying Luis Suarez is not a top player or world-class player. That's bold, and that's it's giving him an incentive to prove him wrong now. So
that's a very bold.
Luis Suarez hat-trick, guys. I'm saying it now. 3-3.
Do we want to talk fantasy teams?
We do.
I'd rather not. But yeah.
Up until, 48 hours ago, I had 95 points. I was in the top 45,000 in the world.
Ooh.
Since then, I've had miserable performances from Ahmed Musa, Alan Jagoyev and Son Heung-min, and I'm languishing in 222,000th position now.
In fairness, my strikers, one of them played 60 minutes and flopped, and the other one didn't even play, so I'm not doing much better.
I think my team's actually incredibly good.
Geordie Owl got me a lovely -4 points.
Wow.
Yeah, somehow Ramos got me 9 points. I don't know how that works. But yeah.
Hasn't Marcus in on -4?
I don't know, because he had some Belgians, so...
Ooh.
No, he picked Juan Mata. Doesn't play.
He did play, didn't he? Against Holland, I think.
No, Mata.
No, didn't he?
No, Mata doesn't play.
He doesn't start, definitely.
I'm sure he
came
played.
off the bench.
And even Cazorla doesn't even get in the Spain squad.
Oh no, he doesn't deserve to, does he?
How are we doing so far? Who have you got in goal, Tom, for your fantasy team?
Julio Cesar.
It's all about Keelan Navas.
Yeah, Navas.
Going back to
great
that Costa
save.
Rican game, that save against the deflected shot from Forlan really turned the table. It's 44.5 minutes into the game, right into half time, and he keeps him in the game, gives him the confidence to go on. Bring on Marcos Arena, and they've scored 3.
I've got another quote as well for you. There's been some dreadful commentating in this tournament. Let's not get
Phil Neville.
He was woeful, but my favourite one was at a point, I think, in the Argentina game where Mark Lawrenson, let's not forget, he's supposed to be promoting the tournament, and he goes, a bit dull, isn't it? He just went, it's a bit dull.
But
now, I'm sorry.
Can see where he's coming from, though, because it's at American Art, it's Argentina.
Yeah, I can see that, but you can't just say it's a bit dull.
One of the stars of international world football, possibly ever.
We know
Messi.
We know Mark Lawrenson takes a bit of acid and stuff here and there. He's a bit of a wild card. I think he's been on the Amazon stuff.
I think we need to get
Bruce Parry stuff.
Pat Nevin in the commentary box.
Caramelised cocaine. He's been on something. He's going off the boil.
Libel, please.
Did you have a story, by the way, about the Uruguayans? Weren't allowed to take their favourite toffee to the World Cup, and that's being attributed as their downfall.
Favourite toffee.
Some kind of local delicacy in Uruguay, and they can't take it to the World Cup.
With Luis Suarez eating toffees, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of a subplot.
Good fun.
Do we want to do paper talk, Tom?
Yeah, some interesting stories. I think literally every newspaper, but every newspaper in the country right now is talking about Wayne Rooney and where should he play. And, well, I think Raheem...
On the bench.
On the bench, precisely. Wayne Rooney's saying that, he doesn't mind where he plays and stuff, but I think deep down he knows he wants to be in that 10 role.
Fat ignoramus that he is.
That's what I mean, but Rooney's got... I don't know. There was news on his from his Facebook page saying that he feels like a witch hunt against him.
I do have a little bit of credit for him here because he's come out, along with Steven Gerrard, made some actually very comprehensible kind of and really good press conferences, and I like the reality that he brings to it. And he said that he doesn't expect to start every game, and I think if he actually does mean that, fair play to him, because he's actually acknowledging that he's not not good enough.
I'm not going to start moaning against Rudy, but I'm just going to say that he should be dropped for one game, and then he might come back and be better then.
Yeah, like with Joe Hart.
He should be dropped for a whole tournament to motivate him.
One game would motivate him. He just needs one game to be
the
dropped.
controversy around Andy Carroll when he was going to get his first cap.
Yeah.
And then they said, we'll leave him at the first game so he can get a flavour of it. It's why are we doing that and peppering a player that's had about over 80 caps and has never performed?
Headlines then, Tom? Do you want to run through some of these headlines?
Well, Harry Redknapp or Jamie Redknapp? Well, one of them saying that without Suarez, Uruguay, nothing. There's thoughts from Phil Neville. Harry Redknapp said that. But it's a bit from Phil Neville, but I'm going to ignore all of that because clearly he has no idea about football, so I'll just cross that bit out. Callum, anything you picked out?
There's just a couple of things on how Mexico stood firm and blunders keep on coming for Fabio Capello with Russia.
Yeah, it was not a good performance last night.
But this is one of my favourite ones. Raheem Sterling, Ruve been my inspiration.
Oh, they've taken quotes from the Sun, haven't they? Their headline's just awful. Ruve been my...
More to the point, I thought there was all this talk about how Gerrard's mentoring these young players and...
but inspiration. Gerrard's a midfielder. Raheem Sterling's like a forward, isn't he? He's like a winger.
Yeah, but it's kind of a spin in the face of your club captain, really.
I think he knows that. He's the inspiration.
I think it's disrespectful to say that.
It's more a spin in the face of your club captain.
According to Harry Redknapp, if Suarez doesn't play, Uruguay have got no chance.
I did just say that.
Not got a chance.
I've not got a chance.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it from the headlines.
Something on Casillas here as well.
Well, for me, he's getting near the end, isn't he? I think
he's just not like
they won't drop him. They can't. They're not going to drop him. David De Gea is injured. They're not going to put Pepe Reina.
Yeah, would you put Reina in that team, really? Who say Reina?
They'll keep Casillas.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair enough, to be honest.
Diego Lopez.
Yeah.
Another bit of England news. England now put a bid in for the World Cup, for the next World Cup.
The Russian
2022.
2022 is the Qatar one, because they're going to lose it.
No.
Oh, well, that's it.
It's almost guaranteed.
Holidays in the Maldives.
It was on the front of the Guardian.
And well, this is just ridiculous for me. Like, really, why on the cover of the Metro is Colleen Rooney just there with a kid? It's like, people just go World Cup crazy when it's on. It's like, they've got nothing to do with Wayne Rooney or how he plays. Anyway, she's looking very nice, no argument, but
Mug of the Cup.
Mug. Oh, mine is definitely the linesman on that Mexico.
I can't really argue.
That Mexico game. That was a treasure. Two poor decisions, allowing two perfect legal goals.
Yeah.
Just claiming they're offside.
Referee in the first game, Nishimura.
Oh yeah.
Straight and simple.
Yeah. Tom?
Come back to me, I can't think of one.
FIFA goal.
No, I've got one. The person who hired Fabio Cannavaro to do punditry. Because he can't talk.
He can. It's just the way that Adrian Charles consistently flirts with him all the time.
Okay, Adrian Charles is mine as well.
He can, just as long as he's not having rocks thrown at his head.
Yeah, okay. And I'd also like to nominate the person who made the BBC intro for the World Cup.
It's terrible.
It's ridiculous. You think of the last World Cup, they had a superb one, and now ITV's beating them, and they never do good intros. Brazil. I quite like that.
On a positive note, though, Thierry Henry and Clarence Seedorf from BBC.
How hench is Seedorf? Jesus Christ, he could smash buildings like the Hulk.
What I love though about Thierry Henry is you've got all these ones like talking almost like we are, talking over each other, raising voice, and then you go, I think this.
And everyone's silent, and everyone listens.
He goes quiet.
He can go at like 2 miles an hour, he can just take it at his own pace.
But he genuinely provides real insight, and I'd love to see him as a permanent fixture for the...
I just love Seedorf. Honestly, the man is a god.
Clarence.
He's a god. I love him.
We're going to do some games then, guys? What are we going for? Are we starting with two-word tango?
No, we'll start with a new one with the World Cup ads.
Yeah, best and worst.
Yeah, the best and worst World Cup
best and worst World Cup ads. Well, it's quite obviously which one's the best, isn't it?
My phone's broke. I can't do two-word tango.
I've got the music.
No, it's okay. I think I know all the squads. So.
Anyway, best advert's got to be the Nike one.
I can't really argue against
that. It's brilliant.
It's actually...
They're unbeatables.
Well, no, I prefer the first Nike one.
With Ronaldo.
Yeah, where he's like, I've got a £50,000 shoe in my name, but not her. Yeah, I love that.
Now, what I like about this new one is that it goes Zlatan agrees.
Yeah, Zlatan agrees. I love that.
Perfect.
I love Zlatan, man. It's so cool.
But
yeah,
whoever came up with that must have had some idea of how to be humorous and serious about football.
Yeah, I'd like to say the worst one is Adidas, because all the famous stars they got in there, there's no humour. You see brief glimpses of all of them.
I think the Head and Shoulders one is worse. You've got Joe Hart going, I need to be my best. And they put the ball down, and then the penalty's going to be taken. You see the crowd cheering, so the ball's obviously gone in.
Yeah, but Adidas has spent millions upon billions on this advert, and it hasn't paid off, so I'll go for them.
The Mars advert.
Yeah, that's stupid, man. Like, why is Welbeck even in that, man?
No, for Mars, really? That's a poor advert. It's not as good as when the goalkeeper comes on and...
Yeah, against the Dutch. Yeah, that's pretty good.
The only way you can do it is if England only played that well.
Yeah,
England would actually do well.
Or the opposition with that crap.
I'd like to say a poor one is KFC's new one. And that's pretty bad.
I quite like the Doritos advert.
I hate it.
I don't
like the Pringles advert where he chucks his phone in the can.
Yeah,
and I also dislike the Bird's Eye one where he's got the massive fish finger sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
His girlfriend rings him up and he says that he's unavailable.
Yeah. I love the Carlin one with Ian Wright talking to the referee. I love that. It's good.
The Carlsberg advert where the pub turns into the stadium. That's a pretty cool one.
Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's Paddy McGuinness though, as the pub landlord.
Yeah, I mean that
kind of ruins it a bit.
Yeah.
So we're going to do Guess Who then, guys?
Yeah, I suppose we can do 2 hour tango.
No, we can't.
No, we can't.
Right,
we've got.
I know the squads.
Yes,
Let's do it. It's just 2 full of
I'll get you in a minute.
Okay,
we'll get you back in a minute, Callum. Okay.
It's got to be a World Cup player. So
World Cup related. So,
what's his football knowledge like? Is it? Yeah. Do it.
Okay, so
Pitbull.
Yeah, but the woman on the opening ceremony, not Jennifer Lopez, the other one.
No, I can't remember her name. It's Pitbull.
Brazil.
Oh crap!
All right, Callum.
The door was broken.
I'm eating my BLT right now.
You've kind of got to stick it upside down because I wrote it upside down.
Yeah, you wrote it upside down.
Okay, first question.
Am I currently playing in the World Cup?
No.
No, so I'm an ex-World Cupper.
This could take a long time, to be fair. I mean, it's going to take a
while.
while.
Am I a player?
No,
you're not.
Am I a manager?
No.
Am I a team?
No.
Am I a stadium?
No.
Am I the Jubilani?
No.
Jabulani.
You're not football, no.
It's the Brazuca this year.
I know, but I was asking.
We'll give you a clue. You're involved with the arts.
Am I Sepp Blatter?
No.
The arts. What?
How is he involved in the arts?
Entertainment.
Industry.
Oh, am I an advert?
No.
Am I the opening ceremony?
No.
Close.
You're part of it. You're part of it.
Oh no.
Here we go.
Am I Vuvuzela?
No.
Not even close.
Is it to do with this World Cup?
Yes.
Just this World Cup?
Yeah.
This opening ceremony.
Am I a tree?
No.
No, yeah.
Only you would.
You are a human. You are a human
You're
being.
a human being.
To do with it.
No, he's really confused. Despite the fact that we've told him that he's a human being in this World Cup.
We may have to X this because it's not coming on.
Come on, you can get this. He's a musician.
Oh, is it Pitbull?
Yay!
Bloody hell.
Right,
I practically gave you the answer then.
Yeah, I nearly said Jennifer Lopez, but that's been the World Cup special then.
It has. Very special
Tom
indeed.
putting into a nice BLT from Tesco.
Yeah.
Damn right.
That's the perfect way to end this show, isn't it?
And come on, England tomorrow.
England, yeah, they play tomorrow. World Cup predictions, who's going to win then?
Argentina or Germany?
I'm sticking with Germany.
Maybe France.
Germans.
Possibly Netherlands.
England.
Possibly Netherlands if they have another great.
Costa Rica.
England quarter-final.
Holland.
England?
Come on, England.
Chile.
England can definitely get to the quarter-final.
Let's do it, man.
Nigeria.
Right, so those are our predictions. Until next
Honduras.
Until next time, goodbye.